Hi everybody, it's Leah. I'm back with another layout share. This time I'm sharing a photo of my son Garrett at the eye doctor. I was really excited when I found these wood veneer glasses a couple of months ago at Michael's on clearance. They always have these great little wood veneer pieces, and the glasses were just like super awesome because I was like, oh, I can finally do that picture that I have of him. So I'm just using this Martha Stewart orange paint to paint them. He ended up getting glasses that actually have orange on the inside of the rims, which are really cool. I also decided that I wanted to print the picture out really big because the aquarium just looked so cool in the shot. And I have a smaller version of it, a 4x6, and I wasn't happy with it. And I find that printing it home on regular cardstock gave me the opportunity to make the picture as whatever size I want. So I went with it's almost 8. Oh, I love that. I just found that at Tuesday morning. It's Tim Holtz Alterations embossing folder with an eye chart on it. I mean, yeah, everything pointed to be able to scrapbook this picture recently. I was very excited. That is my Texture Boutique embossing machine that I got from my stepbrother for Christmas. I love this thing. It was the item that he kept saying, what does everybody like as much as Leah liked the embosser that she got? He does a good job. Every year he ends up getting me for Secret Sibling, and he gets the best gift. That is my Heidi Swap Gold Shine Mist. I should have tested it out first because it didn't mist. It's spurted, and I wanted a mist. So, always spray and check first. I'm looking at the paper and I feel like it needs more dimension. So I'm going to grab a bunch of my shine mists. One in seafoam. The next one is mint, and the other one is mustard, just to give a little bit more something to the page. And I'm going to, when I'm done, I cut out and then I blow dry the layout just to make sure that I'm ready to go. I didn't want to have to wait for something to dry to do my layout because it took me a while to get everything together. I don't get very much time anymore. My schedule is absolutely insane, and I never have a minute anymore to do anything. So the fact that I had a whole hour to myself because of the snowstorm, I was like, I'm going in the room and I'm not coming out. My papers, by the way, are from the Crate Paper Boys Rule collection. I love that collection so much that I bought it twice. The plain colored cardstocks that you're going to see are from Recollections. They're from a multi-pack that I have. Those cards are journaling cards from an old pack of Me and My Big Ideas pocket pages. And that card is from the Cinnamon edition of Project Life. And I knew I wanted some sentiments, but I didn't have a lot of die cuts. So I kind of cut out, I enjoy cutting out sentiments and things from the Project Life cards because you get so many and they have such great little things on them. So I'm like, oh, I'll just cut them apart, and I have 5 more of these cards that I can use for later. I love the color on that Love This Moment piece because it pulls in some of the purpley gray that's in that diamond paper and also in that paper that I'm holding now with the polka dot stripes. I'm going to call that polka dot stripe paper because it's stripes made of polka dots. I think it's so fun. The paper collection is amazing. If you can still find it, get it. I got 2 12x12 pages and one of the 6x6 pads, and I use it so much. I enjoy it. It's such great paper for boy paper. It's very hard to find good boy paper too. So when you can find it, if it's the kind of paper you like to use, I say get a bunch of it. I'm about to waste a lot of Pop Dots because I changed my mind and I pull this whole layout apart. My ATG gun's not working, which is also making this process take way longer than it needs to. I'm having to use tear tape right now, but I'm gonna have to go get a new gun because I can't live without my ATG gun. Once you have one, it's very hard not to use one. I am going to use this embellishment. I used a ridiculous amount of this foam dots, and I think I'm going to get some foam tape in different thicknesses because I think it would make this whole thing go a lot faster. I feel like the paper just needs to stand out a little bit, so I'm going to outline all of the pieces there, and I think that just helps to separate everything and make it look a little bit more exciting. But what's going to happen is I sit and I look at this, and I absolutely just abhor the way that that picture looks mounted straight on there onto the other papers, because it's just not standing out from them. So I'm going to pull it apart and use some more of this Recollections paper in that kind of gray blue color to pull in from the polka dot stripes. You can see there's like a color that's almost exactly like it on the right. And once I do this, I'm so much happier. It just really needed something to make it stand out. And because I decided to make this picture just under 8 inches, I was able to get a really nice 1/4 inch border by putting it on this 8.5 by 11 paper. I suggest if you can print a picture at whatever size you want, like do it at home on regular cardstock, because you're going to get a versatility that you don't get by printing on photo paper. It allows you to stamp on it, write on it without having to use stays on or any other kind of like permanent stamping. You can use whatever colors and whatever kind of ink you'd like. So I'm just going to outline that so it matches the other papers. And once I do that, I'm much happier. As it looks now, it looks very dull. The colors are very boring. But as I add my embellishments, I knew I was going to use a lot of very colorful embellishments. It starts to come to life a little bit more and brings out some of the colors that are in the aquarium in the back of the picture. This time I am not using glue. I'm not feeling that strongly about the position of this for a while. I mean, I put it on there, but I'm like, maybe I'm going to go higher, maybe I'm going to go lower. And that's the only reason I didn't use glue to stick that whole thing down. I love these arrows. I love all of the paper clips, the details paper clips from American Crafts. I got these ones at Home Goods, and I very strongly suggest go to your local Home Goods, go to your local Marshalls. They have all kinds of stuff in their stationery section for crafting, but mostly paper clips and things. But I'm able to find, I found like little cameras. They're great. So once I get this arrow pointing towards his face, I'm much happier, and I feel a lot better about starting to get a cluster of embellishments down there at the right to kind of lead you into the picture, like from the cluster towards his face with the arrow. So I'm going to cut this card up, and I'm going to use the blue one. I'm trying to use blues and yellows and greens and reds just to make it just pop more. And what I decide I want to do is around that love this moment piece, I'm going to put a lot of different embellishments. A potty person, some flair, some stickers. Yeah. Oh, so my veneer glasses were dry, and I knew I wanted to put them up there. I knew I wanted you to be able to I knew I wanted to put something behind the glasses because they looked a little bit like meh. I start thinking I'm going to use the smaller paper pad, and then I remember that I have vellum from some wedding invitations that I did. So I loved this. And I would do it again. If you want to kind of create that, like you want to still be able to see through something or an embellishment, but you don't want to be able to see completely through it, vellum is a great way to kind of mute the papers behind, but still be able to see what's there. Now, I know that I'm going to glue these veneer glasses down to the page with glossy accents, so I don't feel like I necessarily need the glossy accents to also glue the vellum down, because I just needed it to just stay in place while I put the glasses down on the layout. So I'm going to use the glossy accents on my potty person to make sure he stays down. Yeah, glossy accents is great for things like this if you just don't want to use hot glue. I find that hot glue sometimes doesn't always work as well on some things, or it pops off if the textures don't work correctly or if the texture's too slick. I mean, I used paper for my picture, so I probably could have used just I could have used hot glue, but I decided not to. Oh, this flare is from Basic Gray. Hey, boy. Anybody else sad that Basic Gray is going away? I'm kind of really in a very sad place about it. I love their stuff. I don't know where I'm going to get more flare. I love their collection. Flare is absolutely the best. It goes so well with their papers. Oh, at my house, we call these poop stickers. Not that they are made of poop. When my son was potty training, we had a sticker system in place, and these were like the next level up. Like, hooray, you went to the bathroom in the potty, so you got these awesome poop stickers. Yeah, more Basic Gray Hey Boy collection. These are some die cuts and acetate pieces, and I knew I wanted to do a thumbs up. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to do the red or the green. And I go for the red because once I put them down on the yellow paper. It had more of an orange look to it as opposed to just being very red, and I thought that looked really good. That pair of glasses was, it's from a manufacturer's strip of a travel paper. I'm gonna say it's here and there. I just don't remember. The hole makes me think that it came from the 6x6 pad of the here and there. I'm gonna use my AC American Crafts Tiny Attacher, which I bought it in pink, and then now it comes in gold, and I'm sad. I really like the gold one better. Gonna struggle for a while where to put these glasses. I do get them on. I'm not 100% happy with where I put them, but I mean, they made it. Some old Mombi sticks. I'm gonna use glue because they're that plastic foam stickers, and I find that the glue doesn't stay on. I find my embellishments at the bottom of the page after a while. I feel like that's probably stuck down, so I take my phone off because it was starting to ring. Oh, this is from the cutout sheet from the Hey Boy collection from the 12x12 pad, and I'm just going to take that one. It says Stay Cool, and glue it right underneath there. And again, I just wanted to get some more of that reddish orange, so now I've got like a good amount of it down there at the bottom on the right and some on the left. More of my stickers. Just wanted to get a little more green in there. I think that one says Great, and the yellow one on the left says Cool. A lot of cool. 3 cools. Yeah, and that little science guy was from my son's science birthday party. I want to do some stamping, and I find my Heidi Swap stamps. These are from when the planner came out last year. The first run of it, and I love it. I got them to use with my planner, and now I just use them for scrapbooking because that's what happens when you have stamps. Lost the stamp, couldn't find it. It was like this teeny tiny little rubber chevron, and I'm like, I've got to find it. So it's more of a chevron arrow. I start using that Stampin' Up! Poolside, but it wasn't working well. It was like very runny. I don't know why. I've got to figure out what's wrong with it. But I decided to switch to the black just to add more texture to the paper. And what I'm going to do, and see how I'm stamping right on the picture. That is why I love printing on cardstock, because you can just do whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to now go all the way around that right side of the page and give you all these arrows that are going to lead into the picture, and also create just a little bit more dimension on my page. And I think that's why I'm happy that I did it with the black, because it looks like it's part of the page. I love when people do that, and I was so excited to try and do it on my own. Okay, these are called, I want to say Rosie. Yeah, Rosie. They're thickers. They're foam thickers, red foam thickers that I got at Christmas. And I love that shape too. My title, I was feeling very much like I needed a pun in my life. My title is I'm So Over This. Because we went to the eye doctor, har, 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 Leah, har, har, har. My trusty, I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of those. Cry a little. My tiles, my blue tiles from the dollar section at Target. Oh man, when they have tile stickers, I buy 3 packs. I always buy 2 or 3 packs. They're great. These are my Mombi chips from the Me and My Big Ideas line. I had these chevron arrows from the travel set, and at first I thought I only had one, and I was like, oh, I'm not putting just one. And then I found the other one on another page, and I was very excited, just looking to see if hopefully there was one more. And I loved that there was a yellow one. I really wanted to pull that yellow into the other side of the layout because it's so heavy on the one side. I didn't want it to feel like I only had this one little bit of yellow. So you see I have the yellow arrow, the yellow in the fish on the picture, and then the yellow on the right on the embossed eye chart. So now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, and I'm debating whether or not I was going to add more stickers or if I was just going to finish up. I always finish up with my enamel dots. I always feel like they're the last little bit. I used to finish up with sprinkling, and I realized I've ruined a couple of spots on layouts, so now I sprinkle early on, and I just get it right on the paper before I start doing anything else. Now that I have my enamel dots on, I decided to do my journaling. I chose white because I have that big white block of paper at the top, and I wanted to pull that down below the picture without adding more paper, and create another block of white without it being too much like, oh, there's so much white on the page. The journaling says, a visit at the eye doctor for Garrett is quite an ordeal. We can be there for as long as, for more than 4 hours. It's so hard to read this. At least this time I remembered his shades for the dilation. So yeah, he likes to wear his own shades. He hates the little plastic ones they give him at the doctor's office. So that's it. I'm just going to slow it down so you can see the layout completely. I absolutely adore this one. I think this is one of my favorites. I feel like I used a lot of different techniques, which was really exciting for me, and because I've never embossed paper before, and I'm going to do it a lot more. Keep tuned. We're going to have a Make This With Me project coming up soon. Take care and have a great day.